Assalamu alaikum and Eid Mubarak to all our viewers. I'm Sana Maqbool and with me is
I'm Raja Faisal and Eid Mubarak to everyone.
Eid Mubarak to everyone, and we're so happy to be here with all our viewers and of course everyone who's been a part of P2B World, and Faisal of course to being here with you. We of course are doing the show every single day, but today is a separate vibe, and it's great to have you here on Eid and being with the P2B World family.
Exactly, and today we are going to do the show with a lesser serious face. Normally we are talking about the geopolitics.
I don't think you ever have a serious face on the show.
But I do put on one, right?
You try to. I'll give you that. How was your Eid? How was yesterday?
It was a very busy one. Of course, when you have kids, then you spend more the time with the kids, so that it's a kind of memory for the kids as well. And it was a very busy day. You know, all of the savainas and chart and each and everything I enjoyed thoroughly, especially after the month of Ramadan. And of course, during the Ramadan, of course, routine is as such of eating that you don't eat anything during the day, and then suddenly Eid comes and you enjoy everything. So that's what it was all about.
That's great. Wonderful. I'm glad you had a great time, and we're really happy that we also have our wonderful guests here today with us.
Yeah.
Why don't you start with the introductions?
Yeah, first of all, of course, I'll introduce Farrukh Pitafi. I think he doesn't need any clarifications about who he is. Everyone knows him. He is our co-host in obviously our show The Debate, and viewers, they see him every day, not every day, Monday till Friday during the weekdays, 10 till 11 every day, and obviously he is someone everyone knows about. And on my left hand side, of course, Ahson Haqqani. He's one of our colleagues at PTV World, and he is newscasting, he's an anchor. God knows how many things he does. There are many which I don't know even about them.
Great to be here, Faisal.
And thank you very much, Ahson, and hope you had a brilliant Eid as well. And Sana, if you can introduce the ma'am as well.
Absolutely. And we also have a guest from outside of PTV in our shows today, and she's Dr. Ayza, who's an educational psychologist. Thank you very much, Dr. Ayza, for joining us and being a part of our wonderful Eid occasion.
It's always a pleasure to be here, and Eid is much more joyous being with you.
Thank you. That means a lot, and we are very glad that you're here today, and would love to know more about how you spent your Eid and how your day was at home.
Well, as we said, that it's always a family occasion, and for us it's basically we have to be in the kitchen, but I'm lucky I have like boys. I have 3 boys, and my husband, he loves to cook, so I'm usually out, and he's the one, he's making his special stuff.
Yeah.
And so that's the best part of it. And then my family is together after a long time. My son is with us here.
Okay.
So it's a joyful reunion, to be honest.
That's wonderful. That's great to know. And that's very, very integral, I think, to be with family and friends, and that's the essential part. How was yours, Farrukh? What did you do?
Yeah, Eid is usually great. It was as great as possible. But before that comes the Chandrat.
Yeah.
Given that I have got 2 daughters who are all grown up.
2 lovely daughters.
Yeah, they are. So I spent a huge time with them shopping on Eid or Chand night, and that was fun, right? Although a bit taxing because of the transportation and all, where you park and what you do. But overall, it was a great experience. Usually it is. My generation still believes in the idea of Eid or celebration. So we are ready from get-go, and we participate in all activities. And
but the next generation also does. I mean, if they're celebrating Chandrat, no?
I don't know whether the link is there that much, right? Especially in the urban classes. But when it comes to another thing that Dr. Tayyba was talking about, cooking. So I'm very good at cooking as well.
We've
so
heard. We've only heard so far, haven't we? We haven't tasted it yet.
Sometimes.
It's been 3 years.
Yeah, sometimes post-show, right in the middle of the night, 1 o'clock, when we have a conversation, of course, he tells me that he's cooking something.
Yeah.
But
we've never tasted it.
And by the way, if you are going to take my word for it, I killed it there.
We'll have to take your word for it, because I don't think we're ever going to get that.
Cooking is very therapeutic. So
it is very.
It is.
So I would recommend every man of the house to do that.
I certainly don't need the therapy right now. Maybe in future, I guess, but Dr. Sahiba over here and your wife, they're living the dream. I mean, if a guy knows how to cook and clean, you know, you've hit the jackpot.
Not the cleaning, it's only the cooking we get relief from.
Yeah, sometimes I think in current times, the times we live in, with YouTube, we have so many of the tutorials and how to cook something and what are the benefits of something. So I have a confession to make. I actually cook sometimes as well, just watching
How
the
is that
YouTube
a
videos.
confession? Why is that a confession in the
behind, I
first
guess,
place?
but I think it's all about the passion and then the time that you have on your hand.
Yeah.
The only thing I guess I can cook right now is the noodles.
Okay.
The Maggies or the Knorr noodles.
Yeah, that's the easiest bit.
I mean, and then I can fry an egg too. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I won't.
Egg for
And
a long
there
time.
are times when I'm like, you know, I'd rather stay hungry. If I don't have anything else, I can't reach towards Food Panda or something. My wife's not available. Nobody else can, you know, cook stuff. I'd rather stay hungry.
Right.
Just
just me.
develop
For-
that skill. It's so essential.
For a long time, actually, I had this problem.
That's just me
also.
being lazy.
Yeah, I don't know. But this egg thing, for a long time, it was part of my CV that I can only cook egg, nothing else, right? But my problem is, and I think Faisal is onto something, because I belong to the spectrum. Usually abstract things don't help me, right? So the day I started watching all these programs on YouTube and started reading about all these things, when you have these finite quantities, then you can cook.
Yeah.
And I find it really, really therapeutic, as Dr. Sahiba was saying.
I think I've been lucky in that department that my mom really cooks well. My wife really cooks well.
Okay.
Amazing stuff.
You
So
don't
it
want
means he's good at the eating part.
I am.
I think that part he knows.
Over a period of years, I've become a foodie, and the delicacies that come from a gharana who's Urdu speaking and has a Delhi touch to it, so, you know.
Oh, that's
That is
nice.
That's
different.
awesome.
That's
That's
true.
like-
That's
You know,
a different
as
story.
it's Eid event, so talking about meetha, I even baked cookies once, and they were marvelous.
Were they like normal cookies, or were they like special cookies?
Actually, what kept you safe is that previously, like cookies or biscuits, they had to be a certain texture.
Yeah.
Now, if they are gooey, they are
Yeah.
okay. If
Yeah.
they are like hard, they are okay.
Oh,
So you
yeah.
get away with everything.
Yeah.
You know, there's this new cookie crumble. I don't know if you guys have had it. I mean, that's like super amazing.
Yeah,
they are
but-
GIK boys who
Okay.
started baking in their dormitories
Okay.
and then came out, graduated from GIK, and now they're running their own cookie business.
Yeah.
That's like
I'm
love-
more
I love
interested.
the
memes.
I'm more interested about knowing about whatever their scores were while they were having that graduation out there. Because
Doesn't
if
really
they were
matter,
just
does it
making
now?
the cookies,
they're successful in the
me,
cookie business.
the education scores.
I'm sure
But
somebody must have helped them.
cracked the
in this.
business.
Yeah. But I can
yes.
relate with what this is runny business, right? That even if cookies are runny, that is great. Because my generation grew up with the idea of actually eating raw cookie
Batter,
dough,
yes.
cookie dough as
Cookie
well.
dough,
So I think that
absolutely.
anything that goes that is sweet is awesome, and people can eat that.
Sana, what
Absolutely.
did you cook?
I don't cook. I don't cook. I make a few things on and off sometimes, but I don't even remember the last time I've cooked. Not a fan, honestly. So I haven't done that in a
She
while.
comes
but
in the eating
would love
category,
to. I come in that category. I'm
Probably
in
it's
that.
the generational gap that we have right now.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But I think we can get towards when we were kids.
Yeah.
How we used to, of
Yeah.
course, celebrate
Yeah.
Eid. So first of all, we'll go towards Farrukh. Tell us about your Eid when you were a child, when you were a kid. Any memories?
Right. Frankly, it is quite an old story now. It will take me a while to recall what
You're only
exactly
talking
was
about
that.
35 years ago.
But whatever, you can say 70, who is going to check, right? But the point is that when I was young, my father, he was alive, and he used to actually take us first to the mosque. Coming back, immediately the first thing that we used to look forward to was Eid.
Yeah.
And the moment we got Eid, then we all cousins would gang up and go to the sweet shops and just ransack whatever we could, yeah. So that was fun. And then of course this Eid is about sacrificing, this is for charity, alms and charity. So in that context also, when you are part of the giving experience, that is also great. fitrana and all, right? So that was also a very fulfilling experience. And then, of course, food. My mother, my grandmother were awesome cooks. So whenever they would cook anything, it would be to die for. So that was something that to look forward to as well.
Absolutely. What about you, Dr. Ayza?
Well, just listening to Pitafi Saab, it just made me recall all of my own childhood and memories. And so I was the youngest. I have 2 older brothers, so youngest there, and then youngest in cousins. So technically, what would happen was like boys have more fun, I think. So I would be stuck home alone, and especially in the morning, there would be the scramble for that chadar for the namaz, because my father and brothers would be going. So case dhunda jata tha, case.
I see.
And then, of course, she would make her special sevaiya and her chana chaat. And to date, she never told anyone. She's no more, but she never told anyone the recipe. So we miss those chanas very much. But so I try to make as much as I can. But it was a great fun, because the family spirit is always emphasized. So there was always that one family lunch where some aunt would invite or somebody, and everybody would go. That was the best part of the Eid, everybody getting together.
Absolutely. That has been essential. And I think we've heard that from like everybody, whoever we have spoken about it. Don't worry, I've not forgotten Ahson. I can see him right there. I'm coming to him. Yes,
I'm anxiously waiting for what he's going to say.
Mr. Pitafi over here mentioned about the fact that he was looking forward to Eid. One thing that every single boy, I think, would look forward to is the Eid namaz, and right after that, giving that tight hug to his baba, if they have the baba with them. And the father figure at Eid, that one tight hug, that's what we guys are waiting for every single day, every single time. And that is the moment. The Eid is the moment when we look forward to it. My father is no longer here. I miss him. And then comes the Eid part, of course. You come back home and you have those kheers and firnis and stuff, and all the meetha that you can have, get energy, take the Eid. Make sure you take off the good clothes, take a nap for a while, then get ready back again and meet all the people around. And it's all about togetherness when you're talking about Eid. So meeting the family, making sure that if you have any grievances in between, try to settle them down and become one, and take care of the downtrodden segments of the society as well. After coming from the namaz, I remember my baba giving away Eidis to each and every person. That included the drivers, the guards, and each and every person who'd come and meet Baba, and all of us. That's the whole spirit of Eid, I guess. It's all about togetherness, and I'll try to keep that alive.
Yeah, and one thing is for sure, you used to be a philosopher when you were a kid, right? Because you're talking about such lofty things. But regarding parents, right? My father passed when I was 16, right? But here's the beautiful part of life, that while one part of you is gone, the others are created, because now you're fathers, now you're parents, right? So
but you'll never fit in those shoes, man.
Yeah, that is the biggest problem, because the stature, the example is so great that you cannot seem to emulate that, right?
But you're setting the example for your kids, maybe.
Sana, talking about the parents, I mean, I lost my mother 6 years ago. Now it's going to be 7 years ago very soon. And I miss Eid. On the Eid days, of course, I miss my mother a lot. And one thing I wanted to, obviously the funny part of it, when I was a kid, I think now we all talk about the big data and all of the digits and figures and everything.
Yeah.
At that time, I remember we used to take the Eid, and some of them, they are generous, and some of them, they are not very generous. Right? So
that's correct.
In that phase, when I was a kid, I literally knew, okay, he's coming, so he'll only give around 200 rupees or 100 rupees, or okay, he's not that category, right? So categorization, I mean, I learned categorization during my Eid times. Because
which category are you?
I mean, I'm a very good character.
Okay, okay, you're generous.
You're the good uncle.
I'm generous.
Do we still get Eid?
I remember being conned for Eid so many times. I mean, often the mother would go like, I'll keep it safe.
Yeah.
Just to know that, oh, that's safe. Where I don't know where she put it. And you'd be looking for it everywhere. And but then again, the fact remains that it's a learning phase for each and every person. Like I remember I was at my pupos and the bell rang and I already had a bunch of Eid in my pocket. Some guy with beads came in. He was all, you know, La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. I was like, dude, you know, I was kind of overwhelmed by his presence. And he, you know, plucked my eyebrow and went on and said, say La ilaha illallah. I said La ilaha illallah. Now give me money. And I started giving him money.
Oh my God.
I was barely, I don't know, I was in 5th grade, I guess.
Very expensive kalma.
Yeah, that's quite sad actually.
So yeah, but that strengthened my belief and told me not to be conned again.
Does your wife know this secret?
No
Okay,
problem.
Well, it's out now, so she does know. But a lot of us now, of course, are giving Eid. So, and like I asked your category, but I also want to know whether anybody still gives you guys Eid. Dr. Ayza, do you get
I
some?
wanted to say that, so after my marriage, so every Eid has been spent at my in-laws' place. And to date, you know, it's been 31 years, they don't let me do anything. So I get a wonderful sheerkhurma, I get a wonderful Eid, and I get
I
treated
told
so
you
well.
she's living the dream.
And that's the beauty of, I think, having in-laws who really pamper you and who really, so I really hope that everybody who's not with their parents, at least they have their in-laws, who's giving them that what, you know, they are not getting.
And you're right, there's so many different forms of Eid actually.
Yes.
There's such an act of kindness.
Well, my sons get more, but then I don't crib about that because they are my sons, but anyways.
Talking about the women over here, there's a family tradition that the girls have to be ready before the guys come back from the mosque, and then they say Assalamu alaikum, and then they get the Eid.
Yeah, I
don't know
tell
about
you,
this tradition.
This time around, my daughters, they had mehndi on, right? And with the mehndi, they had written Meri Eid do. In English, of course, it's where's my Eid? You know, give me Eid. So they had the statement written here. So they don't need to even say
ask
something.
for it. They just need to show you their hands.
They just show the hands and that's it.
Oh, Raja Faisal could stand like this and be a meme.
No. And one more thing. My younger daughter, of course, I was already prepared. I had the new notes and all. And I took it out and I was like, okay, you come now. And while I was actually counting for her, she just put the hand over it, and that's it. It's mine. Where's your next one?
But that's the beauty of Eid,
Was
I
that
guess,
a green gaddi or a purple gaddi or a red gaddi or a
I'm dying
blue
to
gaddi?
ask that one.
A red one.
Yeah, it's an important question with the kind of categorization.
Because I haven't been able to get the green ones or the purple ones. It's all the red ones available in the market right now, and the people want green ones or the blue ones.
Yeah. You know, Sana,
or the
earlier,
orange ones now.
Sana earlier, Ahson highlighted the fact about like mothers, they used to take the money, right?
Yeah.
It happened to me as well while I was, because
It happens to everybody, I think.
Farrukh, is it 32 years or 36 years that it revolves again and it comes, the same month comes back again for the month of Ramadan?
Yeah, you're asking me this as if I've seen multiple.
You know, my first.
Cycles in your life.
How many cycles, dude?
I remember, I think I was 6-year-old when it was March and it was Ramadan. And I kept my first roza, I think it was 27th of Ramadan.
You've got a good memory, bro.
Yeah. And then, now that's why I'm saying the circle is back, right? So that's why we had
and you're giving it.
Ramadan
He's trying
in
to say he's
March.
just 36 years old.
No, I'm not
He
36.
said
Obviously,
+6.
I was around 7-year-old at that time. So it has completed the circle.
We have given out the
Yeah, we were
age.
calculating his age now.
What used to happen is, see, March in Pakistan is a month of exams, right? And it's a month of changing the class. So at that time, I used to hear about, Acha, you can give it to me because I'll buy you the new school bag, right?
Oh, wonderful.
When you'll be getting into the next
But
class.
did you want the new school bag?
Every
That's the
year,
question.
Every year.
Did you want it?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. He was a good boy.
Yeah, but
Yes.
by the
I
way,
wanted that new PlayStation game.
Right.
Yes,
That's the new generation,
By the way,
I suppose.
in your childhood, there must be PlayStation. In my childhood,
Atari.
it used to be Atari.
It started off with Commodore 64.
Nintendo.
Commodore
then
64 and Atari.
I've played it all. Then
Oh,
great
Sega.
fun.
Yeah.
Then PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
I
Then
did
3.
too.
Then
Nintendo
4.
was fun
Now
also.
it's
I
fun.
don't know
Yeah, Atari
when
was
it came.
really fun at
Yeah,
that time.
you had a joystick.
Yeah, of course, of
Yeah.
course.
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know what they used to call it, but I used to play Street Fighter in that.
In the
game.
consoles.
Yeah.
The gaming
Consoles, yeah.
arenas.
The gaming
back in the
arenas
day,
and
the
all.
token arenas.
Yeah, the token arenas, and sometimes instead of token, there were few other things as well that could be used as well.
Yeah,
for that.
you
People
were
had-
one of those boys who'd tie a ring.
Who at least
outside.
tried.
Put it in back.
Who at
pull it
least
back.
tried. Tried.
No, but that was a thing, right?
Well, talking about that, after playing token games and all,
Yeah.
Pakistan has now secured the Taken Championship
Yeah.
of the
Yeah.
world.
Yeah.
So I mean, those token boys, they've risen. And all the aunties and uncles who were stopping their kids from playing PlayStation and video games now should look forward because it's a career.
Yeah, by the way, there has been this remarkable transformation, right? When we were children, it used to be considered time wasting, right? Now it is called esports.
Yeah, it is
And
a sport.
esports, and
Yes.
you are actually accomplishing something
Yeah.
if you play this.
Yeah.
You know,
That was
one
in
thing,
terms of
one thing
perception.
one thing I can predict about Sana, that whenever it was an Eid day or next day of Eid, when she was a kid, she was going to the gaming zones, and you know the little cars, the toy cars.
I think she would
for
have been
one
sleeping
for one
all day.
kid, I'm pretty much sure she must have been driving it so fast because
Oh,
I have
yes.
always seen her driving
Road
very
rash.
fast.
That's true.
Yeah, but I haven't
And-
done
and
that
I've
with
seen,
bumping
and I've
cars,
seen the left
Dodging
rear
cars,
blinker
yeah.
not being there in her car. So yeah, tell the story.
There are too many stories with my car accidents, but thank God I'm all right. Farrukh, I wanted to also take you up again on the ways things have changed and how transformative things have been. As you were saying, there's also the wishing part in how much we connect and we wish. And while it's become easier with reference to just WhatsApping, we used to really make an effort in terms of
There were
making
cards.
The
Yes.
e-cards were
Cards
amazing.
What a
Flowers.
thing! And you'd give them
Yeah.
out in
Cakes.
school, in class, your teachers.
One, they used to be these Hallmark cards, and they used to be this great,
Yes.
choice at shops, and people would actually queue up to get whatever they
That
wanted.
reminds me,
I
where's
used to
our
make
cake,
them.
Sana?
Yeah, and
Which
then
cake?
this
Eid
is
cake.
Well, you should ask the producer. We
And
don't
it
have a
was-
cake.
It was yesterday.
And then, as Dr. Saba very pithily put it, we used to, or somebody at least in the family, would actually, bring out all the colors and would actually make the cards as well. And they used to be more popular because so much love and so much effort went
Yeah.
into it.
And you used to get that tiki pack cards as well, very small ones.
Yeah, the
They're
when you
back,
have
by the way.
with Eid Mubarak.
But they're
written.
back.
They are back.
Yeah,
they are back. And handmade cards are back as well. So,
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of emphasis in making that effort. But do we really make that effort anymore when connecting with people?
It's a WhatsApp message altogether
Yes,
now.
and now they are promoting that you send your send the Eid via the apps.
Easy peasy, jazz cash and stuff. Yeah, mobile banking, that's the way to go.
That's
Probably
the way to do it.
kids would come up with a barcode and say, scan this.
But then I understand evolution. But then how do you keep the traditions alive, Ahson? How do you do that, especially when you're passing it on to the next generation?
I think you have to keep it really basic. Stick to what was back in your day and try to somehow. I mean, it's going to change. It's going to change over time. I'd be lying to myself if I say that I'm going to carry the same old tradition. It's going to change over a period of time, but the emphasis on celebrating the Eid after keeping rosas in the month of Ramadan.
The essence of it needs
the
to
essence
be alive.
of it's the month of blessings, right? And we're celebrating the fact that we've kept the rosas, we've been really kind with the people, and we as a community have grown.
Yeah.
And we share the blessings of Allah Almighty. That's the core, aspect of Eid.
Yeah, but regarding traditions, one big problem with our approach to history or how things change is our efforts, meaningless efforts, to try to actually stop time. It is never going to stop.
And
right?
it's
Those traditions were born out of similar kind of activities. So there are going to be new traditions.
Yeah, absolutely.
Only roll with it and just enjoy, have a good time. If you have a good time, if you are fulfilling the purpose of those events, then it's okay. Whether you wear two-piece suits or chudidar pajama, that's all okay. Right?
Of course.
But
It's your way of celebrating.
This hopeless effort to try to freeze everything and keep on trying to save certain things won't work.
Right, absolutely.
Sana,
Yes.
I think
Haqqani has to
Farrukh,
leave, yes.
Ahson has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
So I think he will be going soon. But to viewers,
Yeah.
we have more guests who are joining us, and stay tuned to us.
Yeah, I have a
and
message.
we'll be coming back after.
Yes,
the
yes,
break.
go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, keeping in view how the things have been in Palestine in the recent days and years, I think that we need to say it out loud that we condemn the atrocities that are going on, whether it be in Kashmir, whether it be in Palestine. And while we celebrate Eid, make sure that we celebrate it with all the people of the downtrodden segment as well. And let's heal the world. Let's make it a better place for you and me and the entire human race.
And we'll take a short break and we'll be back with more guests.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the very special Eid show. I'm Sana and with me is Faisal, and of course we had great guests before the show and we've been joined by two more. And Faisal, why don't you take the lead introducing the first one?
Yeah, we have Adeellatif with us. Of course, he has appeared previously as well on PTV, a young talent, a singer, and with him,
we have Tayyba Malik, who's also a wonderful singer, and both of them are here with us on this very special occasion. We're very happy to have them together because we'll be listening to wonderful tunes from both of them. Welcome to the show and Eid Mubarak to both of you.
Eid
Thank
Mubarak
you so
to
much.
you
Eid
too,
Mubarak.
and to the whole viewers. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. The pleasure is ours. And before we took the break and we welcomed you in the show, we were talking about how everybody gets to spend their Eid. So we'd love to know more about what you guys did yesterday and today, and what are the plans for Eid this year. Adeel, why don't you go first?
Yeah, as I told you last year that
It's the same.
It's the first day is mostly the same, and this next day is for the relatives to visit them and visiting relatives and having fun. And on third day, it's about going out and having some barbecue. So I love to do that with some live music, of course.
Of course.
Yes,
Tayyba, what
family
about you?
time.
The most interesting thing about this Eid is to asking for Eidi
Yeah.
to elders.
Yeah.
And I love this Eid because we meet our relatives and have so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before you guys came, Faisal was telling us a new innovative way of asking for Eid. He's saying just put it in the mendi and don't have to say anything and say mujhe Eid do.
Yes.
I mean, I was telling them about my daughters. They
Yeah.
had the, printed hair with the mehndi.
Wow.
It said, "Meri Eidi do." So it's a new way of, on the gun point, you're
Maybe
Yeah.
we will go. Very nice.
Yes.
And Tayyba, what about what you would like to eat on Eid? Is there anything special that you make or you eat?
I like to eat Russian salad, not much things.
Wow, that's a different one for Eid.
Where is Adeel, you yourself?
Like I'm a meat lover, so I try to eat as much
By
as
the way,
meat
just to
as
let
I
you know, before you came, we were actually talking about men cooking on the Eid day.
Yes,
Okay.
I actually I don't on Eid al-Azha I cook some, I do some cooking like namkeen, gosht and these kind of dishes, but not very much like, but I do barbecue, and because I like doing that, so going out and having fun doing barbecue, so that's my kind of you can say that I love doing that. So
Yeah, one thing is for sure, whenever you're hanging out with your friends,
making
they
steaks.
must be asking for you to sing something.
So when I'm doing barbecue, it's very difficult for me to like
Yeah,
play
of
guitars.
course.
Of course, my hands are like
Oh yeah.
So, but I do try to like give someone else that responsibility of looking after the barbecue, and then I do some music.
Play music as well.
Yeah.
By the way, because everybody knows about your music, but hardly anybody would know about your cooking. So you are actually damaging your own interest by announcing it on television.
Well-
because next time they are going to expect both.
Yeah, well, because my family expect that from me anytime, like every time it's when it's about barbecuing the fish or beef or chicken or mutton, whatever it is, and also steaks. So I make some good steaks. So they are into like. My younger sister was asking me a few days back, like, Adeel bhai, do please make that steak for us for iftari. I was like, not for iftar, but maybe some other day.
Yeah,
for sure.
that must be a hard one, making steaks for iftar.
Yeah, it's,
That's
Hard to
difficult.
swallow actually also. But when you said meat lover, I said with you, brother, I am also a meat lover.
But then you could always record your song and play it and cook at the same time.
Yeah, that's a very good idea.
Yeah.
You can do other
maybe
way around as
maybe I start vlogging.
Yeah.
on
yeah,
this
or
idea
otherwise
itself.
you can
Yes.
do something else as well. You can record your cooking and then play.
I'm afraid next time when you're going to ask your friends to come to your concert, they'll be asking you what's the menu.
Tayyba, do you cook?
Yes, I cook and I love to cook food, but it's all depend on my mood.
Yeah. That's an essential ingredient.
Yes.
But Faisal, looking at the guitar here in the studios, as soon as, of course, we had these guests coming in, and unfortunately, maybe for you guys, that may be the expectation from everywhere you go, but we'd love to hear something. And we've been waiting for that since you joined. So I think
By the way, I personally love that expectation.
okay, great.
Because
Great.
this is what I love doing.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
so there's
wonderful.
no-
Yes.
So what do we have for us in the Eat Show today?
So I have 2 upcoming songs, but
Okay.
I'm not going to sing those. I'll sing my original again. Maybe in the near future, I'll sing those. One of the song is called Intezar. That's my original for my album.
Okay.
And there's another song.
And they're not out yet?
It will be out in maybe in the April.
Okay.
Most likely. So and there's another song that we both did,
doing
and it's
collab.
amazing. It's an amazing song. It's called Dunia Nahi. It's composed and written by Samad Ghafoor, who, if you know, who composed and produced songs for Atif Aslam as well.
Yeah.
And he was a band member of him for a long time.
Yes.
So he did an amazing job. It's a wonderful song, and we are really looking forward to that song.
Excellent.
I would have loved to play that today, but unfortunately it's not released. Maybe in
I
2 or
understand.
3 days time, it will be released, so we'll be able to sing that. But I'm
Looking
going to sing
forward.
the original. It's called Naina. I have sung that before, but
Yes.
ख्वाब सजोए मैंने संग तेरे साजना, ख्वाब सजोए मैंने संग तेरे साजना, कोई न भाए मुझको बिन तेरे रांझना। अब तू ही जिंदगी है, तू ही करार है, अब तू ही बंदगी है, तू ही फरियाद है। तेरे बिना मैं क्यों जीऊं, कि नैना मोरे भीग भीग जावे, कि नैना मोरे भीग भीग जावे। माहिया वे जब तू मुझे नजर न आवे, कि नैना मोरे भीग भीग जावे, कि नैना मोरे भीग भीग जावे। रांझना वे जब तू इन्हें नजर न आवे। कम वक्त इश्क ये कैसी सजाए हमें, बीच रास्ते में तेरा हो। लोगों की है साजिशें या है तेरी ख्वाहिशें, जो दूर मुझसे हो रहा, क्यों दूर मुझसे हो रहा। कि दूरियां न दिल सह पाए, कि पल भर जी जिया न जावे। माहिया वे जब तू मुझे नजर न आवे, कि नैना मोरे भीग भीग जावे, कि नैना मोरे भीग भीग जावे। रांझना वे जब तू इन्हें नजर न आवे।
That was a great track, and honestly, you kept mentioning how you did it last time as well, but every time we hear it, isn't it lovely, Faisal? It's wonderful, actually.
Yeah, and I tell you something. Last time when Adeel was with us, I think he was in to his growing phase, and this time it's more energy.
Yeah.
You know, last time maybe I didn't, see that in you, but this time it was like full of energy.
You know something that was different about last time also?
Yeah.
Last time we heard you sing as well.
Oh yeah, that was the only song I could sing.
And why don't you just sing it for us again? We must hear it, Faisal. We hear it every time before the show. Might as well hear it on the Eid show as well.
I have to recall it now.
Any
Because
other song?
Last
any
time,
song
last
that you
time when
want.
I sang it, I think it was the last time I sang it.
No, but Adeel did a great job in
Yeah.
matching your vibe. So let's do it again.
I'm trying to simply recall it, what it was. What
Sing
the song
another
was.
one.
Okay, if
Sing
you
anyone.
can't sing, hum.
Sing any other song. Isn't he always
But I
singing
think
on the show?
I think
He's
first
always singing.
Yeah.
I think first we can go towards Tayyba.
Okay.
And yeah, and after that, of course, I'll recall.
Done.
Good deflection.
Good strategy, yeah.
Please.
Tayyba,
Alright.
we're waiting
From
on you
your
now.
side, we're waiting for you, and I think Adeel would join you in that.
Sure, it's my original song named with Sachapyar, and people are, they enjoyed this song a lot when I sang this in a live concert. So I hope people would love this. B minor. तेरी यादां वेख वेख जीने आ तेरे बिन मरने आ तेरे बिन पीने आ तेरी यादां वेख वेख जीने आ तेरे बिन मरने आ तेरे बिन पीने आ मुहब्बतां उधार दे दे वे मैनू सच्चा प्यार दे दे मैं तैनू वेख ना पावां दिल नू किंज समझावां मुहब्बतां उधार दे दे वे मैनू सच्चा प्यार दे दे मैं तैनू वेख ना पावां दिल नू किंज समझावां वे तू कहंदा सी तू मेरे बिन जी ना पावेगा दिल टुटे तेरा तू भी मेरे कोल आवेगा वे तू कहंदा सी तू मेरे बिन जी ना पावेगा दिल टुटे तेरा तू भी मेरे कोल आवेगा मुहब्बतां उधार दे दे वे मैनू सच्चा प्यार दे दे मैं तैनू वेख ना पावां दिल नू किंज समझावां
Such a great voice. It was a
Thank
great
you.
song.
That was not the original scale, but
Yeah.
I sang it.
No, it was great. It
Beautifully
was
done,
wonderful.
but we could tell that you were holding back, right? Because of perhaps a
Yeah,
program.
thank you.
I think straight away I recalled it now.
It's time.
It's actually Kalam Iqbal. So I'll straight away sing it. कभी ऐ हकीकत मुंतज़िर कभी ऐ हकीकत मुंतज़िर नज़र आ लिबासे मजाज में के हज़ारों सजदे तड़प रहे के हज़ारों सजदे तड़प रहे है मेरी जबीने नियाज़ में कभी ऐ हकीकत मुंतज़िर जो मैं सर बसजदा हुआ कभी तो ज़मीं से आने लगी सदा जो मैं सर बसजदा हुआ कभी तो ज़मीं से आने लगी सदा तेरा दिल तो है सनम आशना तेरा दिल तो है सनम आशना तुझे क्या मिलेगा नमाज में
Oh.
Kabhi hai haqiqat muntazir. Sana.
Very nice.
That's
nice.
lovely, wonderful. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
doing that.
I think it's going to be every year thing now.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. But it was wonderful. Thank you so much, guys, for sharing that and giving us this experience of these wonderful songs. And I've been told that we're on limited time, so we're just going to go around and maybe have a couple of messages, and then we'll end with a song later on. And we'll start with Dr. Ayza.
Thank you. Well, like he said, Faisal Saab said, it's going to be a regular thing. And I just wanted to say, we were talking about it earlier. So our Eids and our festivals, they're very much part of us, generation through generation. And we must carry on those rituals. Every family, every unit will develop their own rituals.
Yeah.
And they're very important.
Yeah.
It's a connection between the family, it's a connection to our Allah, it's a connection to our past. So I would hope that we continue it as much as we can, and it's I think the most vital source of happiness for us.
Absolutely. Farrukh.
Right. I think that on this day, what we are reminded of is humanity, right? The most important thing, especially given earlier, it was people were talking about foreign wars or suffering elsewhere.
Yeah.
But in our own homeland, there is grinding poverty, and there are people who have gone through this, really difficult times because of how economics has been shaping up in the country for past many years. So it is very important to remember that every Eid and every celebration, especially when it comes to Islam, is essentially focused on welfare of the people. So fitrana or other things, everything is meant for taking care of the downtrodden. If we can't do this on this day, of course, Eid-e-Qurban becomes Qurbani ki Eid when you stuff your freezers with meat, right? And similarly, on this Eid also, you are just sitting, not doing much. It is essential that we rekindle the spirit, true spirit of Eids.
Absolutely, very essential.
Right.
Tayyba,
Yes.
what's your message for our viewers who are looking at you, and what sort of Eid do you think we should be looking at?
I think in these kind of celebrations, we should think about poor people as well, and we have to distribute food and Eid same like that which we distribute for our relatives. So just think about others as well. So I think it's make the celebration more beautiful.
Absolutely. Adeel.
Yes, I would agree with what Farrukh bhai said and what Tayyba said, and also importantly, spend as much as time as you can with your family and your relatives, and make some memories, and memories are the ones that last in the end. So make some good memories, and also again, yes, do think about the people who are in need. And I think the best feeling in the world is when you make someone happy from the heart, and if someone is in need, if you help them, and that happiness is I think the real thing. So yes, do remember them, and try to do whatever you can in your own capacity for them. So
Absolutely, that's wonderful.
Yeah,
And I
that's
think it's so
wonderful.
important because
Yeah.
while we've spoken about creating our own memories and having a good time, it's of course very important to be able to share that and remember
Yes.
that is actually where we get the true happiness, and that's a great
And
message.
Sana, I wanted to
Yes,
share
go ahead.
a message about the people who we should be always thankful to. Pakistan Armed Forces. I mean, so many thousands of them. They've laid their lives just trying to protect us,
Yeah.
so that they sacrificed there today so that we can see tomorrow. And still they are fighting. The whole world. I mean, they've been saying that they are fighting against the terrorism, and all of them they left. But
Yeah.
here we are, still fighting against that terrorism, that menace, and they are making sure that day and night they are fighting against this menace, so that we can see tomorrow.
Yeah,
So I think
absolutely.
we should be thankful.
and
There are so many
especially
blessings.
especially as nowadays, there is a lot of propaganda and such things are happening
Yeah.
on social media from the enemies
Yeah.
of this country. So knowing that, we should remember them, and we should appreciate their sacrifices that they are doing for us, to make us feel safe, and to make us to help us celebrate our
to double down in appreciating them, right?
Yeah.
Because this is right moment to actually, as Faisal has done, to remember their sacrifices and tell them
Yes.
that they are appreciated.
Absolutely, and to remember is an important part in terms of whatever we have, to remember all the blessings and be grateful for them, because there's so many, there's always so much that is going well for us that we forget to count those, but unfortunately focus on what we don't have. But we're very, very blessed and very, very thankful to have all of you here on the show today and to spend Eid with you. And we'd love to end with some great songs from Tayyba and Adeel, and if you guys want to do it together, do separate ones, that's up to you.
I think if we can do a medley together,
Okay.
is it possible?
Whoa, 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 whoa. देखा ना था कभी हमने ये समा ऐसा नशा, तेरे प्यार ने दिया सोचा ना था, खो गए सपनों में हम, देखा ना था कभी हमने ये समा ऐसा नशा, तेरे प्यार ने दिया सोचा न था, खो गए सपनों में हम, वो 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 दुनिया हमें अब जो कहे, दुनिया की रस्मों को तोड़ तोड़ चले, राहें हमें अब जो कहे, राहों की बाहों को छोड़ छोड़ चले। जब से मिला हमें प्यार तेरा, चेहरा हंसी लगे बार बार तेरा, यूं तुझे दिल में बसाएंगे, करना पड़े ना इंतजार यार तेरा। कभी हमने ये समा ऐसा नशा, तेरे प्यार ने दिया सोचा न था, खो गए सपनों में हम, देखा न था कभी हमने ये समा ऐसा नशा, तेरे प्यार ने दिया सोचा न था, खो गए सपनों में हम, वो वो
Wonderful. Thank you so much once again, and
That's
for
absolutely
giving us such a
marvelous.
great time. And we're also very thankful to all our viewers to be with us today. And we once again wish everybody
Eid
very
Mubarak.
happy Eid, and keep watching PTV World for the wonderful transmissions and of course the great shows that we have.
Yeah.
And once again, Eid Mubarak.
Eid Mubarak.